This is Spreaker Web Radio.
For that. Thanks for joining us.
Now then, massive news coming out of Scotland right now, 3:25 on Monday afternoon with us in Sky Sports News. You can see it from the yellow strap below me, because Rangers have lodged notice in Edinburgh Monday lunchtime to go into administration. They now have 5 days in which to formally declare administrators have taken over the running of the club. They have about a week, 5 days to a week, to appoint administrators. Now, solicitors lodged the papers with the Court of Session in Edinburgh.
Pushing Trevor Francis tracks suits from a mush and shepherd's bush. Push. No income tax, no VAT, no money back, no guarantee. Black or white, rich or poor. Cut prices at a straw. God bless Hookie Street. Viva Hookie Street. Long live Hookie Street. Same Monday.
Yeah, fascinating listening to Tom there. We have a saying in Glasgow: so sad, too bad, never mind.
Up to a point, I think it will be a very sad Scottish League if Celtic won it by 70 points every year, George, I'll be honest.
Well, Celtic might join the Premiership in those circumstances. But you'll have to forgive me, as I've been listening to Rangers fans singing how they'd like to wade up to their knees in my blood over the last 50 years. So, ha Rangers, ha. But
the big house must stay open. That's the bottom line. The big house must stay open. That's the bottom line. The big house must stay open. That's the bottom line. The big house must stay open. Must stay open. That's the bottom line. Give it up, baby, give it up. The big house must stay open. That's give it up, baby, give it up. Everybody sees you. The big house must stay open.
I've been laid out from work, my rent is due.
That's the bottom line.
My kids all need brand new shoes.
The big house
so
must stay open.
To see what they could do. They said, son, look like bad luck got a hold on you, but it's too tight to mention. I can't give an unemployment extension, but it's too tight to mention.
afternoon. And the other breaking news that we've just told you about is that Rangers Football Club have taken the first step towards administration.
Big news coming out of Scotland this afternoon. In the last half an hour or so, in fact, Rangers Football Club have lodged legal papers signalling its intention to go into administration. Ladbrokes Club lodging papers at the Court of Session in Edinburgh on Monday, notifying an intention to declare an administration.
That's just got all the sports to meet tonight live from Ibrox on the day. Rangers signalled their intention to go into administration. Craig White spoke to some fans here a short time ago. Let's just once again remind ourselves what he had to say to them.
We hope we made these numbers with NQRC and have got proposals in place. I've spoken to the manager, the staff, I've spoken to the representative this afternoon, and I've outlined the position. This is a difficult day for Rangers, but we'll emerge a fitter and stronger club from this. Thank you very much.
Rangers owner Craig White, of course, who bought the club from Sir David Murray. People were sceptical then. Rangers fans tonight are extremely concerned. Not gone into administration yet, but everyone reckons it's going to be inevitable, particularly the financial analysts. So there you have it. And if they do go into administration, Rangers will be docked 10 points. And also there will be a player registration embargo, meaning they cannot sign any players.
I just spent 3 hours with the man himself, and in that 3 hours he spoke to me of his dreams, his hopes, his desires for the club that is the glorious Glasgow Rangers. His visionary business plan that he believes will make this club even stronger than it is now. And having now met the man and listened to him, all I can say is, with 3 points.
Good evening. Let me assure you, Rangers will not go to the wall. Everything is fine. It's business as usual.
You on your stuff, mate? Judge is honest.
I'm not saying there aren't problems, but there are problems that can be.
It's conga night, so join the party, everyone. The dancing's just begun, and we're all having fun tonight. Dance that conga till you drop. We're never gonna stop. You better hang on tight. So everybody do. Come on and do the conga. Choo choo choo. Like a train across the floor. You. Come on and join the conga. Choo choo choo. It's conga night for sure. It's conga night, so feel the music and the beat. They're dancing in the streets.
Because the best week will be a liquidation!
What a fucking week at work I've had. Incredible!
Go! I've had a week off!
You bastard, you want to be at work for this sort of thing?
I need to down here knows fuck all.
Oh, what a fucking week it's been. As soon as that news came through, I couldn't believe it. I was straight on the internet texting me, surely it's not true. I was right up to the top level to speak to all the Huns. They didn't have a Scooby what was going on. They didn't believe it. They didn't believe a word I said. I was like, you guys are fucked. You are fucked. And they're like, yeah, fuck off, you fucking fiend. And I was like, get on BBC. Get on BBC. And then all week, all I've had, they've stooped as low as they can go. Oh, big jock now and all. Aye, very good. 10 points gone. The league is over. Celtic are champions. Party time for the rest of the season, and Rangers are fucked.
Unbelievable.
Davey, how's your week been?
It's been, well, firstly, hello to everybody in the chat room. It's almost been sensory overload. It's just been all the fucking the jokes, the fucking YouTube stuff.
I can't keep up.
The GIFs, whatever you call them. It's just been amazing, mate. Even I'm almost speechless, to be honest. And I've deliberately stayed fairly sober for tonight. It's come on!
Just amazing. I've had about 25 emails this week with pictures and videos, and that was just a collection of some of the best ones we've had. There's a couple others I'll try and dig out tonight with the Craig White song, but there's so much. My favourites of the week, we were laughing, I'm nearly joking, we were on our knees and laughed at the Hitler videos with the overdubs. They were incredible.
Sorry, mate, I think I sent you the Craig White song earlier on.
Right, I've got a list there of your stuff. I'm going to download that, so I'll be in there.
You, mate. Just very briefly, mate, like to say a big shout out. Carlton boys started it already. Let's get fucking Housey a ticket for fucking Easter Road. Come on!
I didn't get it again. It's like the Hearts thing. Didn't get any in the ballot sort of thing. But I've got one guy trying from John, my good pal John. Hopefully he'll text me tonight. Anybody out there has got a spare, just get in touch. I'll pay 50, 60, 70, 80 quid to go.
You shouldn't have to pay extra, mate.
I know, but I will. I want to be there. I've got my party hat looked out. I've got my shorts, my shades. I've got the whole shebang. It's maybe roasting on Sunday. Oh, I just want a party with the Celtic fans.
Aye, mate, but you, MD selling house your ticket, the maximum over the face value will be a bucket of Häagen-Dazs.
I've got ice cream ready in the cupboard. I've got the Strongbow for. I'm gonna keep sober tonight. I've actually just come back from getting I've got a new tattoo, the Celtic cross. It is beautiful. I'll try and get a picture on Twitter later on. So I'm a bit sore. I'm not meant to drink after it, so I'm actually sober for a change. But I'm not buzzing off the news and everything that's happened this week. Every time you turn on the TV, you're pitching yourself with laughter.
Oh, it is, mate. It's comedy fucking gold. As Backwards Boy says, any jelly with that ice cream? Of course, sonny boy, of fucking course.
Every day there's something new. Today we've just been told in the last half hour, Daniel Cousin's no signing.
No.
I want him to sign his crap. Aye.
Oh, I mean, very. I'll just reel in. Can you hear me all right?
Aye, went out. We've got you back.
I'll reel in a wee bit of seriousness.
Aye.
If they had, they might be laying off young players, whatever, 17, 18, even semi-intelligent Huns like old papacy might be getting the boot. Imagine if they had actually been allowed to sign somebody for $5,000 a week at the minute. That's disgusting. So he's gone. Bye, Kuzan, you have to go back to your fucking sisters.
And now, the SPL have opened an investigation into Craig White's takeover. That's the latest in the last couple of hours.
Again, somebody just fucking pointed out, everything, well, almost everything that has been in the mainstream media in the last week has been on in public domain for Celtic blogs. As we said a couple of weeks ago, mate, guys at Paul McConville, Rangers tax case, it's all been out there since last summer, but they didn't want to know. Sweep, and we'll get by, establishment club, aye.
Outstanding work from that particular website and Twitter, Rangers Tax Case, if you want to check it out. Fantastic. Like you said, it's been out there for ages. Phil McGillivan as well, done some great work.
Phil as well, yeah.
And I don't usually do it, but I was working late last night. I thought I'm going to listen to the Radio Clyde phone in just for pure pissing myself.
I've been doing it the last few nights, mate.
And it was just brilliant last night. What do you think? Let's talk about Celtic. What do you think of Neil Lennon getting involved yesterday? He mentioned that, like, on Twitter, that he didn't understand the press conference and he said a few things. Do you think Neil had to get involved, or do you mind, or who cares, or whatever?
Basically, it's not as if he's come out and said those have to fucking pay what they owe. He's basically said that anybody watching that would have said any decent question have swerved partly because they know they have to, because they know, I think, they know already there's police investigations at the back of this.
Brilliant, is it? What's coming next? That's the best bit. I'm Ladbrokes are opening the bets on what's next for Rangers. Hopefully, I'm urging you. My good friend at work, Bradley, his best mate Lewis Torsney, playing for Killie tomorrow. Get a few quid on Lewis. He's going to try and score. And imagine if he does, that'll be brilliant. He is going to. They're going to out for a win, Killie tomorrow. And Rangers, okay, yeah, Ibrox will be jumping, but they're in a mess. They're in a fucking mess.
I've backed Killie to win. But yeah, tomorrow will be the sort of classic last throw of the dice, loyal to the end. Aye, this is the situation, right? Loyal to the end. Let's all get together and fucking party. The situation is, there was a wee through the week, because obviously apart from listening to Radio Clyde, I've also been having a wee look at Hun Media, and even though they undoubtedly are loyal to the core, see, as soon as it came out about season tickets might be invalid, it was all this, I'm not fucking paying again.
A lot of that money was discounted. A lot of them tickets were discounted as well. For
the heroes.
Ticketus, what a company!
Aye, mate.
It sounds like an STD or something. I mean, how the fuck? Where has that money went? What? I mean, you know what? We could spend all night. We will be spending the majority of this evening laughing at the majestic Rangers. Because I'm telling you, I said this, and I'm going to say it again. I've been getting abuse on Facebook from my pals and that, but I lived through Celtic in the 90s. I got pillared in 9 in a row. I got pillared through when the 7 minutes to go and we were way to end and Celtic were dying, and I had to suffer that and watch as we got ripped to shreds, and we just couldn't win a league. And I'm telling you, I'm said, like Kevin Keegan, I will love it, and I'm going to enjoy this like fuck, and I'm going to be lapping it up till the end of the season, and next year and the year after. They're fucked for a couple of years. They are fucked.
Yeah, mate, the situation is, yeah, you mentioned fucking Ticketus. Either the Ticketus own the season tickets, or no, probably I would say a third of the season tickets the next 3 or 4 years. In which case, even if they win. If they win the big tax case and come out of administration, right, they've still. What will happen is they have the £10 million black hole already identified. Plus, as well, if they do not go into liquidation, they then have Ticketus, who will have a third of their season tickets. Now, even if then they get some way round of saying, "Oh, well, nobody buys season tickets, just pay at the gate every week," you're talking the second biggest club in Scotland having to live week to second week because to see Let's Who comes through the gate. If they have a bad 2 weeks,
that's what we're saying. Where's the money coming from? I mean, they've probably sold maybe 6,000-7,000 tickets extra. That's not. I mean, I know. That's not enough to. That's not enough to keep.
The big house must stay open. That's the bottom line.
I was listening to the intro, and last week when Harper did a great job on the show.
You beat me to it. I was going to say that.
So I think you beat it tonight, mate.
I've spent a lot of time today thinking what I was going to do, and I have to say a bigger thanks to Harper and the guys last week. Stepped in when I needed them, and he said he'll do it again. It's fantastic. They did a great job. I listened back to that, and I thought, fucking hell, it was better than us.
I listened back to it on Sunday, mate. The only thing I would say, I don't know if Harper's listening tonight, and the boy Jason that was on, Harper cast aspersions about our educational value, and about the lad Jason was really good going on about the Spanish Civil War. It's a little interest of my own. So if Jason's listening tonight, it'd be amazing to get a wee chat going. Maybe not tonight.
Oh, well, we can arrange that.
Alone, yeah.
Well, we've got. I'm just going to read something
about Poop, the CNT, go right back to Asturias Miners and the rise of anarchism, right through to 1902, general strike, 1909, tragic events. Let's just amazing though. I loved it last week.
We've just had a message from Timmy Mialby.
Aye, what did I say to you earlier, mate?
He's listening now. He says he's been sent a link and listening live, quality, laugh out loud. So there you go, Timmy, or Timothy. Thank you for listening. We'll love it. We're going to read some of these Twitter messages out.
Last night, mate.
You what?
I Skyped Timmy last night to see if he wanted to come on the show.
Celtic won't let him, no.
Exactly, I didn't actually expect it.
I've tried that. I've tried the whole squad, but yeah, Celtic just won't let it. Fair play to them. But you know, Davey.
The big house must stay open. That's the bottom line.
That is the bottom. Just can't get enough of that. It's fucking. We've got Joe McHugh from the wonderful Video Celtic blog coming on about 1:45 to talk a bit about Celtic, have a laugh at Rangers, and find out a bit about the website. I'm going to read through some of these. I've never had so many Twitter messages in my life, but I'll get through some of them. Vinnie Jack, get tore right into the Huns tonight. Let's all laugh at Rangers. We've got George Henderson listening to OAO. It's class with Davey.
George, aye, alright, George.
Shawnee says, fucking buzzing tonight. How's he usually wrapped around the Huns? You know the cunts have disappeared. Michelle says, if you're a Celtic fan, you're not listening to OAO, get it on now and get listening in. Jamesy says, laughing my ass off. Rangers is the gift that keeps on giving. Hope they take ages to die. Fucking zombie Rangers. Andy McDonald says, he's given us a picture, I'll have a look at that. Stephen says, OAO, CSC, no Bucky night, but I've got the Mary doing it, simply the bust. It's trending on Twitter. Melanie says, OAO needs a ticket for Sunday, thanks for retweeting that. Peter Palmer says, what an opening to the show, need to get more jelly and ice cream in, all went up in the air when dancing to the tunes. And Alan says, has it true that Tim Miyabi has signed for Rangers? I don't think so. He is with the Celts. Deco, this is going to be the best OAO show ever. If you're not listening before, get tuned in on Spreaker. Fantastic. Bratback, Michael Dunleavy, Eddie McGarvey, Paul Hagan, Dean Armour, Jim McLeod, the list goes on. Jazz, Chris Kelly, Paul Finn, Heed, Scott, Morag, Hartler. There's so many people getting in touch.
See Michael Dunleavy there?
Aye.
That's my brother-in-law. Good stuff. I was going to dedicate the Clash Spanish Bombs to Michael later on, so good to hear that a good man's listening.
Well,
in fact, you've probably met him, mate. You've met him in Failshire.
Probably when I'm fucking steaming, I don't know. What was I going to say? I've got loads of Twitters to read out. I'll go through them as the night goes on. Get your requests in after about 8:15 through oaoradioshow@gmail.com or on the Twitter OAO Celtic News or on Skype OAO Celtic News. Davey will be with us throughout the majority of the evening, laughing at the majestic Rangers as the mighty, the glorious Queens 11, the HMRC select. Oh, they're gone, they're dying, and we've got, as I say, Joe coming on in about half an hour. And if you want to come on, just give us a shout on Skype. We'll get a bit of discussion going. We'll have a laugh at Rangers. Homeboys was fantastic on Monday. I was loving that. Kept me going at work. Brilliant stuff.
Hey, you know, when I heard this,
the big house must stay open.
Couldn't help myself.
When I heard on Monday the whole situation, I thought, right, I'm going to have a chilled day. I'll go for a quick pint and come back up the road and listen to the Homeboys. As it turns out, I met Claire, Jacqueline and Alison, so I had an excellent night Monday celebrating.
Bet you did. Davey, unfortunately, after these next two songs, we're going to have to talk about Celtic.
Do we have to?
We have to talk about Celtic. I mean, I don't really want to, but we're playing shite at the moment.
What's the two songs, mate?
The next two songs I've got loaded up because I can't download stuff when we're on the show, but I'll do that in between. I'll get it on, don't worry. I've got Celtic.
No, just in case it's one of the ones for the
right.
that I was going to request.
Well, we have the wonderful Celtic song, and we have the wonderful Celtic symphony.
Right, that's not one for the girls, but that's amazing.
So we've got a little double header coming up, guys. Turn it up, get the jelly and ice cream flowing, get the party hats on. It's time to rock and roll into winning the league. Come on, Davey, we'll be back at 5.
Yeah.
It was far across the sea when the devil got a hold of me. He wouldn't set me free, so he kept me sold for ransom. I'm a Salem man from Glasgow town, ever roamed this world round and round. He's the meanest thing that I have seen in all me days of wandering. And I could see his evil eye, 'twas then he took me by surprise. Take me to your paradise, I want to see the jungle. Here we go again, we're on the road again. We're on the road again, we're on our way to paradise. We love the jungle deep, that's where the lion sleeps. For then those evil eyes, they have no place in paradise. Graffiti on the wall just as the sun was going down. They see graffiti on the wall. Up the cells, up the cells. Graffiti on the wall that says we're magic, we're magic. Graffiti on the wall. Graffiti on the wall. And it says hoo-ha, hop-the-ra, say-la, hop-the-ra. Hoo-ha, hop-the-ra, say-la, hop-the-ra. Hoo-ha, hop-the-ra, say-la, hop-the-ra. Hoo-ha, hop-the-ra, say-la, hop-the-ra.
The big house must stay open. That's the bottom line. The big house must stay open.
We went through each jungle deep, but the paradise that we did seek was noted for the weak. The waltzing with the natives, from the Amazon to Borneo, from Africa to Tokyo, to the darkest jungles of the world. Nowhere could I lose them. Round in circles every way, he turned to me and he did say, I think you're leading me astray, I want you solely by oh. Here we go again, we're on the road again. We're on the road again, we're on our way to paradise. We love the jungle deep, that's where the lion sleeps. For then those evil eyes, they have no place in paradise. Graffiti on the wall just as the sun was going down. They see graffiti on the wall. Up the cells, up the cells. Graffiti on the wall that says we're magic, we're magic. Graffiti on the wall. Graffiti on the wall. And it says hoo-ha, hop-the-ra, say hoo-ha, hop-the-ra. Hoo-ha, hop-the-ra, say hoo-ha, hop-the-ra. Hoo-ha, hop-the-ra, say hoo-ha, hop-the-ra. Hoo-ha, hop-the-ra, say hoo-ha, hop-the-ra.
to the finest in the land. We love them, we'll be there to give the boys a cheer. When the green flag flies and it cheers us up, when we know the Scottish Cup is coming home to rest of paradise. It's a grand old team to play for, the best team in the land. When you hear its history, it's enough to make your heart grow sad. God bless them, we don't care if we win or lose or draw. What the hell do we care? Because we only know there's gonna be a show and the Glasgow Celtic will be there. And the Glasgow Celtic will be there.
And off we go. What do you know now? 9 in a row. Bye, bye, Rangers.
The big house must stay open.
Celtic's on the ball again. We're on our way to make it 10. Bye, bye, Rangers.
That's the bottom line.
You can talk about your great defenders, sing and shout about your no surrenders. But let us give you this sweet tip, we'll be there for the League and Cup. Rangers, bye bye. Yo ho ho, and off we go. What do you know now? 9 in a row. Bye bye, Rangers. Celtic's on the ball again. We're on our way to make it 10. Bye bye, Rangers. You can talk about your great defenders, sing and shout about your non-surrenders. But let us give you this wee tip, we'll be there for the League and Cup. Rangers, bye bye. Yo ho ho, and off we go. What do you know now? 9 in a row. Bye bye, Rangers. Celtic's on the ball again. We're on our way to make it 10. Bye bye, Rangers.
Welcome back to Over and Over. Me and Davey are fucking pissed off now. The big house must stay open. That's the bottom line.
It must be open, though.
I fucking stayed up, is it? Fucked up.
See through the week, see Tuesday. I actually thought.
Mute, you need to mute us because you're coming through.
Oh, fuck it, hold on, mate.
And while you're doing that, we'll just do this.
The big house must stay open.
Fucking dickhead. Oh, that's brilliant. We're back. What are we doing? Oh, we're over and over. The jelly and ice cream special. We're on till 10 o'clock tonight. Tunes coming your way about 8:15, rocking your way into the TV. The Highbees away, 3 o'clock kick-off. It's party time in Edinburgh, probably tomorrow and the next 4 months probably, but we've got a treble on the way, and that's not just the trophies, loads of songs coming up. And I say Joe McHugh from the wonderful Video Celts, will be calling him in about 15 minutes to talk Celtic, the site, and just generally laugh at the Gers. Davey, we're going to have to talk a bit about Celtic, I'm afraid.
Well, mate, what I would say was this week, I thought the fucking clown who was crying outside Ifrian was going to be the fucking standard bearer for everything we laugh at. He's been fucking forgot about, thankfully, because we're on the radio. That fucking cunt. It must stay open. That is... it's
the big house! The best one. Oh, wait a minute, Davey. Just Wait a minute to get this. I can't believe I forgot about this one. Now wait, just talk amongst yourself. Oh, here it's come up straight.
You see Stu Boy in the chat room.
Right.
Kicked up with a pint.
Press silence for this. This is even better. Wait a minute, I've totally fucked it up. Wait a minute, I need to it helps if you put the volume up. Right, you ready for this? This is even better.
Years and years of history. Not just history of the club, family history.
He's fucking green!
That's a boy, we can hardly hear it, mate.
I'll get another version, that was just a...
Aye.
But that... years of history!
That's what I'm talking about.
Years of not paying our bills and...
140 years of dignity.
Oh! Why is the Queen doing this to us? Oh. Right,
despite the fact that we are fucking unionists to the core, you will suck up to Mr. Salmons.
What about Mr.
And,
Cameron?
Save us. This fucking whole toady, kowtowing, forelock tugging, genetic disposition will really, really see them right ground into the fucking gutter like fucking wee fucking Georgie in the film It, where the fucking clown gets him. Come here, Georgie.
David Cameron yesterday. What is he in the need to get involved, saying we'll do all we can to... You want me... The government are not allowed to get involved here, so what are they talking about?
He's not the government, he's a fucking clown.
Alex Salmond, Prick of the Week!
Yes!
Rangers, Joke of the Week! Honestly, I've never drank a drop. I've had half a pint and I'm absolutely buzzing.
Half a pint of fucking buck bars.
I pay my bills. I can do what I want. I've been going about my work this week, just as Rangers fans go past, just throwing coins at them. Say, there you go, pick it up, donate it into your club. There's a wee donation. They're biting, they're struggling at work, like they're really wanting to fucking say something like, oh.
Honestly, mate. Seriously, mate. Out and about the next whatever. To be serious, stay safe, because these cunts, as soon as they see a wee bit of green or a wee smirk on somebody's face or anything, they will be up for it. So just take care.
Watch yourself, especially when we go to play them as well in a month's time at the big house.
Davey won't be playing them, they'll be fucking liquidated!
Davey, let's just for a second think about this. Say we win the games, Rangers win the games, blah blah, and we go to Ibrox like 14 points clear, we just need to beat them to win the league. Think of the... I just came in my checks thinking about what about that party? That's going to be, and I'm not even going to be able to go. I'll be that excited. That is going to be incredible.
Well, as you know, mate, I haven't gone there for 20 years. I don't give my penny my money. So I suppose essentially I've probably caused all this whole thing. But no, they only, as long as and we'll come back to that. The situation is, as I know it, if we keep our winning streak going, if they drop 5 points before we meet them, and they've got Hearts, Dundee United, then we could win it at fucking Ifrian. Oh my God!
What the party elite? I'm going to stop talking about it because I've pissed me off.
Don't get too far ahead of yourself.
I know, but I'm getting too excited. Right, let's push the wonderful, majestic Rangers to the side for a moment and talk about Celtic. There was a game last week, Davey. How did we do? How did we get on? What was the score?
I was going to say, who did we play?
Carly Thistle, we beat them 1-0, glorious goal by... Who scored?
I was there. Joe Ledley.
Joe Ledley, tap in, wonderful move, great one-touch football, should have wrapped the game up as usual. Never a red card, never a red card, and then we panicked for a bit, and then we've seen it out. But Carly, not one shot on goal, so I wasn't worried. It wasn't one of those normal panic 20 minutes at the end. But
no, but I did say, I know probably for outside agencies to look at, it's probably easy to say, they're fucking Celtic fans. But even in the heat of the moment, see when, because I sit sort of in 1-1-2 fairly near the front, sort of halfway up. See when Mastorovic made that tackle, it wasn't. See, normally when a last-ditch tackle gets made, you sort of hold your breath and you think, oh, what's the decision going to be? It wasn't even a case of that. Even Johnny Hayes just got up and ran away as if, right, no bother. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
he didn't even claim for anything. And then after the game, he came out and said, well, Mastorovic got the ball. Richie Foran came out and said, nah, it was a fair tackle. So I think in this occasion, justice has been served. It was never, ever a red card. He got the ball, it's a fair tackle. However, again, imagine they got a free kick and say Hayes or somebody had fucking put that in the net.
I know, exactly.
Well, I mean,
I think that game this time last year, that's a game we would have drawn. We would have slipped up.
Mate, without a doubt. I said, for all the people, Samaras penalty or Inverness game, no. To me, last season was all about the 3 games we drew around December time. And as you say, if this was last year, we'd have fucking drawn that game. But we've learned from mistakes. Our manager has learned from mistakes.
That's the bottom line.
He's slightly changed the formation. He said he's allowed, even when he's playing a 4-4-2, it's not a rigid 4-4-2. Joe Ledley isn't fucking wasted, stuck out in the left. He's right in there, and Sammy, as always, if he is a 4-4-2, the situation is now, while I don't like him as a 4-4-2, if Sammy's up there, he drifts back, normally wide left, which then allows Joe Ledley to come inside and we control the game. So it's all good.
All good. In the hood.
The big house must stay open.
Hibs on Sunday, Davey. We're gonna rock it. It's gonna be a tough game. Pat Fenlon's got a bit of a youthful look about that team. They're gonna cause us problems. I would think it's gonna be a tough game, but I'm going for 16-0. Party time. The big house is open.
That's the bottom line.
What's the score going to be on Sunday, Davey?
I'm
going seriously. I'm going to go 2-1 Celtic.
Yeah, I think it will be, my final prediction is going to be 4-1. I think we'll take a wee bit of control. I think by half time we'll be 2-0 up. I think they'll come back into it. I think we'll score 2 late goals. What I will say, and I've said it on the Green Brigade forum, I've got no fucking inside info. I just have got a wee. See, I think we'll sell Kyle for say 5 or 6 million.
Right.
And we'll buy the Honduran lad Claros for say $1 million. I mean, it's nothing. I've never seen the boy play. I just.
Why didn't we take him for free?
No.
What did Hibs pay for him?
Nah, too political for Peter and his friends. I think, as I say, it's just a mad guess. It wouldn't surprise me if Kyle goes in the summer.
Well, I'm gonna go for.
And we signed Claros for $1 million. He's only mid-20s, in his prime. Blah blah blah. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see how he plays against us, mate. He might get bounced off by Big Victor, hopefully.
Well, I was just about to say, I'm going for a Victor Wanyama first goal and a wee dance in the corner, party time, kicking it. What about his dance at Hearts? That was brilliant. I love all that sort of stuff. I wish players would celebrate more, like Lee Sharp and all them used to do, and Giggsy and all that. Do all the fucking, like, really rub it in. I've already planned out my celebration at Ibrox. If I was ever to play for Celtic, I've already planned it out, but it's never going to happen, obviously. But I've even planned the goal that I was going to score Paul McStay's left foot volley. That was my dream goal to score against them. But I hope it's going to be rocking on Sunday. The fans, you can't get a ticket for love and the money. If you do have a spare ticket, guys, please get in touch. I'm desperate to go. I'm going to go anyway. I'm just going to drive and see if I can get a ticket. But I really want to be there. It's going to be something else.
I was just talking to my mate Colin, who is in Canada. He's working at the minute, but he's going to listen back over his iPod over the weekend. So hello to Colin and Laura. But I was just saying to Colin earlier, see when we went 4 points ahead. In fact, mate, I was actually looking back in a sort of posted a thing about injuries and stuff on the Game Brigade forum, on the Lennon thread, back when with Drewby Kelly.
Aye.
Where, I says, situation is, we're going to win the league. But, fuck it. It's not that at all. Oh, do this, do that. We have to focus. I was, when we went done the Huns, and then we went 4 points ahead, I was like, that league's over. Personally, internally, I didn't fucking shout about it. But as soon as we went 4 points ahead, I thought, we're there, we've done it. See, typical fucking Celtic paranoia. See, now we're 14 points ahead. I'm thinking, right, we must fucking concentrate, we must do this, we do that. Focus on the game, let's get the game done, and then have the fucking party atmosphere.
I did have that worry going through, but you know Neil Lennon's sitting there, guys, look, we've no won fuck all yet. And I got told that, reminded the day you've won nothing, we've won nothing, we've got to go out and earn it still. Doesn't matter if you're 50 points ahead, or 10 points, or 2 points, or 1 point, you've got to win your games and just get the title won, and with them we can, hey, the fans will party either way because of what's happened this week, but
I would rather the fans partied pre-match, half-time, end of the game, or when we go 2 up.
You're fucking kidding yourself.
To me, once the first whistle goes, drive them on. Drive them on.
Davey, yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I was going to change my mind there, but I'm going to go Wanyama 2-1. I think, who we got for a first goal scorer for you, Davey?
Fuck it, mate. It's against Hibs, it's Easter Road. I've seen him many a time. It has to be your fucking mortgage on Anthony.
Oh, Anthony Stokes playing. Will he play though? That's the
again, mate, it's a small pitch, it's 4-4-2 material, it's Stokes and Hooper up front.
I like the sound of that. Davey, we're going to crack on with a song then. I'm going to get Joe on because he's waiting in the wings, shall we say. And we'll come back to you after Joe and we'll have a bit more chat throughout the night, get the tunes rocking. I've got some of your requests lined up. And I'll start.
Make sure you tell me when the requests are coming out so I can angle them out to certain people.
Well, once we get the 8:30 on, we'll get you back on and you can do that. And then we'll start taking your requests. I've got about 40 Twitter messages just come in after Joe. I'll get through some of them. Actually, let's just go through some of these just now because I'll forget.
See, before you do that, can I just read out a poem I wrote today about the whole situation?
Aye, go for it. Like a bit of poetry in the big house.
Thank you. This is dedicated to everybody in the chat room and everybody who has supported Housey in the last sort of 2 years or so. The poem is entitled Huns Difficulties. Thank you. Huns Difficulties. Fuck yous are cunts. That's it.
That's that fucking hell, that would also take you a long time. I like it. Let's get through some of these messages before you go, Davey. I twist turns, sitting here laughing at the big house, more like shit house. Big Mac says, right, next time you say fucking, I'm getting more ice cream. There you go, fucking ice cream in. Blackback says, no income tax, no VAT, no money back, no RFC. Green and white on the Ibrox store. It's Asda Mega Store. Heard that a few times. Bruni for the first goal on Sunday says Stiggers. Section 111, the big house must stay open. Superb on OAO. Love it. Andy Milligan, there ain't no party like an ice cream and jelly party. John Micklewin says, absolute class party on OAO, jelly and ice cream. Jazz Cameron said something there, or this in a conversation. Sanchez McLeod might have started a wee chant there. Housey, I'll say what I want, I'll say what I want, I pay my taxes, I'll say what I want. That's actually, I'm quite chuffed with that. Angie Kerrigan says, fucking brilliant show this evening. Fantastic, really enjoying it. Gary Hicks says, down at the Butland Skegness for the weekend, but tuning into Hail Hail. That's dedication for you. And Ben Riley says, really getting in the party mood, listening to OAO, having a party when Rangers die. Michael Dunleavy says, Alex Salmond, tweet to Alex Salmond, congratulations, you on OAO's Prick of the Week. John the Boy says, magic show, already get it right up the monkey inbred. And Brucey Bonus says, Brucey Hillboy says, did I come to the party at a bad time? OAO songs sound like a fucking bender to me. I think he means, well, having a bender as in a sesh.
Right,
Give it those Northern guys, Here we go, what else we got here? Morag as well, House is on great form, and so is Davey. Celtic Rebel, we're not in the bucky yet, like, no. Deco says, the big house must stay open. Fantastic soundbite from OAO. I'm loving this tonight. Now, there's loads and loads. I will try and get through a few more. A few people asking about Bye Bye Rangers. It's by Derek Warfield if you want to check it out on YouTube. Davey, I'm going to thank you just now, and then I'm going to play my favourite song we've been playing the last few weeks by the Wakes. Colours have been promised by Chris. He's been in touch, and they're going to do an acoustic version or some sort of recorded version. We'll hopefully get that soon, and we'll get that on the show as well. So, brilliant stuff. Davey, thanks for just now. I'll speak to you in probably the next half hour, and we'll get you back on, do some requests, laugh at the jazz and all this sort of
Cheers, mate. See you later.
See you later. This is the Colours, this is the Wakes, and this is Colours.
We hope this song becomes a song you enjoy, but we do this for the first time tonight, so here we go.
The big house must stay open. That's the bottom line.
The colours to you, and you don't have a choice. In a city that's shaped by the scars of the past, our colours are taken, nailed to the mast, in the song of the tribe. This is a holy war. The subdivision cuts us into the core. Another dying day, another casualty, another papacy, just another Saturday. The colours are green, the colours are blue. Like the border of the world, they give the colours to you. You don't have a choice. In a city that's shaped by the scars of the past, our colours are taken and nailed to the mast. It's all that we try. colours. This is our city and these are our colours. This is our city and these are our colours. This is our city and these are our colours.
Brilliant stuff there. Favourite tune at the moment, absolutely love it. Delighted to be joined. I've been trying to get him on for a few weeks. He's really busy. One of the busiest guys out there, I'm telling you. He's always working away, and the Celtic website is fantastic. Joe from Video Celts, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. It's been an interesting week. How's yourself?
It's just been a normal sort of standard week in the life of a Celtic fan. Nothing really happening. What?
Just another boring Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it was the worst Valentine's Day I've ever had, because you know what?
The big house must stay open.
I can't get.
I'm not heard that for about 10 minutes.
I can't get enough of that. I'll promise that's the last time for another 5 minutes, I'm telling you. For anybody who doesn't know, Joe, videocelts.com, probably my favourite website of the season. Just, it's brilliant. Just first thing I do in the morning, I get the map, Celtic app, and I'm on the Video Celts, I'm on the Celtic Underground, all these websites, but it's brilliant. Some of the articles on there, I'm just reading some of the stuff that went on today as well. How do you keep up? I know we're just talking off air saying you're really busy and you're doing a lot of stuff. How do you keep up with this website? And tell the guys a bit about it who don't know about Video Celts.
Well, first of all, the name's a bit of a misnomer. I originally intended to have lots of video, but video takes a fair bit of time to do anything. I get my annual Tom Boyd video interview at the Masters tournament. Tom Boyd's always good crack. But I just developed into basically a news site. I like to cover the Celtic youth team, the 19s, a wee bit the 17s now and then. I just don't think they will get absolutely zero mainstream coverage, and you can go into whatever depth you like online. By news stories, I used to. Well, I still write for the Evening Herald in Dublin, covering Celtic for them, and used to write for Sunday Mirror, but I'd be driven up the wall these days, because if you write for a Sunday newspaper, in so many stories just pass you by. Even daily papers are missing out on things because, well, this afternoon there's been news on first of all, the SFA investigation into Rangers. It's an investigation into Rangers, not an investigation into Craig White. The two might be quite close, but the investigation's into Rangers. And then later on, news on Daniel Kuzan. So with the joys of the internet and a website, you get that news, put it into your own words, and put it up. And Celtic fans are getting news with a definite Celtic slant, and it seems fairly popular. But it's fantastic the time you can turn things around online. It doesn't take too long, whereas in the olden days of newspapers and things, it took a wee bit of time to turn it round. So it's all good, and it's no hardship at all, Covens. Well, it's been a hardship. Maybe the Tony Mowbray season was a hardship, but the start of this season, sometimes you wondered what the hell's going on, but it hasn't been too much. Since the turn of the year, we had quite a good Christmas, and virtually every day's been Christmas since the turn of the year. You never know what's coming next, but it's generally been good news so far this year.
I think we're mentioned about the name. I think if you changed the name now, people probably wouldn't remember, because Video Celts. There's no other obviously websites with that. I think, like you say, if you change the name, I think people would lose the site or wouldn't find it. So you've got to.
It's half jocular. My friends at Celtic Underground, they like to have a little dig now and then about the lack of videos. But maybe one day when I've got some more time and there's less news happening, I'll maybe get round to doing some more videos. I should be getting some video interviews of some of the, I wouldn't call them older players, but players from maybe the last 10, 15 years. I should be getting a bit more of them. But it takes a bit of time, but maybe I should set aside some time if I ever find any. But no, it's all good. The more Celtic news and slants, opinion, etc., it's online, the better. The supporters, they can't really complain too much these days. It always amuses me the amount of folk that are criticising newspapers and media, but their only job is to fill spaces in papers to attract advertisers. It's not the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. They write for their market, I write for my market, and your radio show is for your radio market. So that's the way of it. The turnaround in some newspapers and some journalists over the last couple of weeks to what they've been putting out for the last 6, 9, 12 months is absolutely incredible. But they've barely blinked, and there's a complete turnaround in their take on our friend Mr. Craig White. That's been incredible, and all the stories, and I mean, the record, what was it, second week in January, he was telling you how Rangers were signing some Spanish super striker, and McCoy was going to blow his full transfer budget on it, and then for the last fortnight the record's just been slaughtering Craig White non-stop. They've barely blinked in between times, but that's life. They do things their way and we do things our way.
I think that's the thing, like you said, the amount of websites for Celtic fans, and like basically every night there's either a podcast on, there's a live show, the Lost Boys and all that, and you know, there's so much to download out there and so much to read. The news now as well as a great Celtic website, you know, sort of the new Celtic part on Celtic section on that to keep up to date with the breaking news is brilliant. There's so much going, and all the forums as well are so valuable. I mean, do you use the forums a lot to pick up little bits of information? Or?
Yeah. I'm one of the prawn sandwich brigade. I like Kerrydale Street because, being a bit old-fashioned, I like to read things in sentences, rather and things like that. So I'll maybe get up to date with some other ones, but I would say in the last year, and especially this week, Twitter has been setting the pace.
Oh, Twitter has been... I can't keep up.
Twitter on Monday and Tuesday this week was coming up with things non-stop. You could barely look away for 5 minutes.
I think Tuesday and Wednesday, I've never laughed so much at work between the videos, the pictures. Like every time you refreshed your iPhone or online, something else came up. Somebody photoshopped something else, or there was things off Sky. The hilarious moment when the guy was introducing like what had happened, and in the background there's a car getting towed away. And that was everywhere. It was viral straight away. It was on. Just little things like that. It's been one of the most incredible weeks for Celtic fans, and the laughter and the jokes. I mean, it's just, have you been able to contain yourself this week with what's been going on?
24 hours a day isn't enough, but watching the Rangers media conference yesterday was absolutely astonishing. I mean, to be fair to the guys, they put some detailed questions to them, and every answer was, we still to establish that, we'll need to verify that, but don't worry about things, the club won't be getting liquidated. They get away with it, and most Rangers supporters say, oh well, we're not getting liquidated, but there was no answers to anything. And if those two guys wandered in to do a press conference at Celtic, the Celtic support would go ballistic. I mean, there was nothing genuine or believable about them. I mean, you'd be terrified if those guys were anywhere near your club, but that's the position they found themselves in, and again, there was no hiding from it. Most people could watch that live online. I think BBC News had some of it as well, Sky Sports, but I watched it on the STV website, and it was funny seeing everybody waiting about for half an hour, and focusing in the handle of the door in case that moved. But it's been a week that not many folk will forget in a hurry.
Where do you think then, I know we're now 14 points clear, how do you think the mindset of the team changes now? I know everybody says we've got it in the bag. We don't have it, we've not won anything yet, but how do you think Neil Lennon sets about going into the games now?
I think little reminders of Rugby Park at half-time, losing at Tynecastle in the season, losing at Ibrox, whisper Inverness to them and things, and the same thing was Lennon wanted to bring in experienced players. He couldn't get experienced players, but the players that Celtic have now are very experienced. Last season at Celtic was maybe worth 5 or 6 seasons somewhere else, and that's all those players experienced all those honest mistakes, as Tom Boyd catchphrase started things off. They experienced the honest mistakes of last season. A good few mistakes of the Celtic players, particularly at Motherwell and Inverness, but touch wood, there's not been a wobble for a long time. So I think it's all fresh enough in the players' minds, and I don't have much worries. And certainly Lennon Lennon lifting the SPL trophy as Celtic manager, that will dwarf anything he's ever done in his playing career and the various issues he's been through. So I don't think there'll be any loss of focus. I think it was Strachan's. I don't know if it was his first or second season. It was Strachan's second season. They were miles in front really early on. That would be the Paul Le Guen season, I think. And they were dropping points all over the place. The big lead. It was the season they finally won the league down at Rugby Park. But there's a few wobbles there because of the big lead. But I don't think there'll be any wobbles. There won't be any slip-ups this time around. I think the management and all the players know what's there for them, and the two cups will keep them focused as well. That's a nice bit of variety for them. But I did a piece this morning. The last time we played Hibs in the league, that must have been one of the low points of the season. At the end of October, I was just checking results. Earlier that day, Rangers had won at Aberdeen. Probably best was remembered for Naismith's injury.
Yeah.
But they'd won at Aberdeen. The week before they'd won at Hearts, and that was virtually invincible, unstoppable. Beat Hibs at home, beat them 4-1 in midweek at Easter Road, 3-0 each at Celtic Park. That was horrendous. The next two matches were Motherwell and Inverness away. But from there to today is quite a journey. So I put that phrase about Lennon being a turnaround specialist on the top of that. It was a hell of a turnaround from that Hibs match in the back of Kilmarnock and various others to where they're sitting tonight.
It was. I mean, when you look back, I mean, I have to admit, I even sat thinking, I can't see us coming back for this. And I mean, I mean the swing, and then obviously these 10 points going as well. I mean, if you're a Rangers fan sitting in 15 clear, you're raising the champagne, you're thinking it's over. And who'd have thought we're sitting here today? They might not have a club. It's like just incredible.
That was another aspect of Rangers thinking. They were 10, 12, 15 points ahead of Celtic. We thought they would get 9 million, 10 million or whatever for Jelavic, and they could take a 10-point penalty and still be in front of Celtic. That was their thinking. October, beginning of November. So there's an amazing amount of things have happened. I don't expect there to be a similar turnaround in the opposite direction, but it's all cliches and things. I mean, at Kilmarnock at half time, I mean, you hope for the best, but you weren't expect. Everyone was just comparing it to the St Mirren game for Tony Mowbray. They managed to come up with it. I mean, Kilmarnock could easily have made it 4-3 towards the end. One of their strikers had a decent chance, but I think everything that Celtic players have been through says that they'll be going out to play against Hibs as they've been playing for the last 3 months and make sure that they get 3 points and don't give. I think somebody said to me at the weekend, have Celtic been behind in any of the games, the run that they're on just now? I don't think they've been behind. I think they scored the first goal in every match.
And that's unlike us. It's unlike us in recent times. We usually go behind or things like that. But
there was a period where they were losing a goal in the first 5 minutes. I mean, this run started at Motherwell, and that was you could put the kettle on Celtic losing a goal from a corner or a free kick in the first 5 minutes. They managed it that day, and they came back. Hooper came on as a sub and scored the winner. It was quite a journey this season, and all being mapped up online.
I think another key moment as well, you mentioned the Kilmarnock, I think the Fraser Forster save of the penalty against Hearts as well, big moment. And obviously Ledley against Rangers scoring, and even the Hearts game that last couple of weeks ago, you know, that lay a marker down. I know that there was the incident, I don't think it would have mattered, but it's good to see Celtic with so much conviction, and just like maybe last year we would have struggled a little bit there, and if we'd went a goal down, it would have been heads in the hands, and like the Cali game sort of at the end of the season. But it's like they've learned. We know how to bounce back. They've got that grit. We're winning games. We're probably like that Cali game. I said to Davey, I don't know if we maybe got through that last year. I mean, we did slip up last December, 1-1 at home. I think it was 2-2. I think it was maybe. I can't remember. But we were winning games that we didn't win last season. I think, like you said, Neil will be on them tomorrow. The Sunday before the game, he'll be at them going, hey, just get this game one game at a time. And I mean, like I said to Davey, I mean, even imagine thinking that we could go to Ibrox and win the league. You know, it's before the split, so they're not going to move the game. I mean, have you even thought about that? Imagined what that may be like? The party that may occur.
There's quite a party a few years ago when the reserves won the league at Ibrox, so God knows what it'd be like if the first team went there with a chance. I think it was a Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon. There was about 4,000 along. Simon Ferry scored the only goal, and if you offer Celtic Sports a chance to win a title at Ibrox, it doesn't matter what level it would be at, they'd be there. But I think that would be the icing in the ice cream. But no, we'll take winning this league whenever it happens. I'm very, very good. I don't know, are the bookies still offering odds on it?
Well, I think Ladbrokes and Paddy Power have paid out this week on Celtic. We're within an hour or so.
I thought the book would be closed on Celtic. I don't think you'd get a bet on them.
I think.
But you're talking about the Hearts game. I mean, when you see midfielders sort of pushing each other out of the way to get at the ball in the penalty box, and that was what Brown, Wanyama and Ledley scoring against Hearts, Ledley scoring against Cali Thistle. When you get midfielders that are pushing forward, one of the best performances last season was the 10 men at Ibrox in the Scottish Cup tie.
Yeah.
I mean, the midfield just dominated that match, and I'm not quite sure if they've got things right on the left of the midfield. I don't think Joe Ledley particularly fancies it. I think most of them are still to be convinced by Born against Samaras. But when you get mixtures of Key, Brown, Wanyama, Forrest, etc., there's plenty going on in the middle of the park. So it's all good.
It's a healthy squad. I mean, look at the players we've brought in as well. Lustig's still to come in, and you know I think I can't pronounce the guy's name. Ibrahim. Yeah, he looks a talent. He was a Football Manager whiz kid as well. I've been playing that. So I mean, we've got some boys that have not even played yet. Izagiri, a couple more games than he played against Huddersfield in the week, and there's some options to come back. And you know, we've got a strong squad, and the average age last week was 23 or 24. I mean, the next couple of years looking good. If we can, do you think we'll be able to keep a hold of these guys in the summer? Or do you think that maybe one big one will go? What do you think?
I think there'll be one or two probably go in the summer, and there should be no tears shed about them, because that's the way that the club's got to operate.
Yeah.
I mean, a year ago, who knew Victor Wanyama? Adam Matthews would probably be somewhere on the radar, but they're two very important players. Equally, a year ago, imagine a Celtic team without Izagiri and Commons.
Exactly.
They've not been particularly involved this season, and they're still having success. So I don't know if there'll be any Larson heroes that'll be around for 7 seasons, but if they sell players on, I don't think they need to shed any tears, because there's more in the pipeline, and the squad is too big. Probably most Celtic supporters would struggle to name all the Celtic players that are out on loan just now, and they've still got too many players at Celtic Park. I'd like to see them down to a first team squad of 18 to 20, because there's enough players now coming through from the youth side that are due. It's hard to see where they'll get their chance, because what was it? Marcus Fraser came in second half against Rennes, and he looked great. It was one of the best games I've seen from Majstorovic this season. He was only there because Rogney couldn't be registered for the Europa League, and there's about 6 or 7 centre halves at the club. Lewis Toshney's away to Kilmarnock, doing quite well. So it's a difficult one for these younger players to come through. But if the squad was down to the 18 or 20 first teamers, the youth players like McGeer, Joe Chalmers, Marcus Fraser and others, they're not far away. But it's hard to see where they get the experience. That's what makes Forrest's progression pretty exceptional. He's just jumped straight through.
I think it's a good point. I mean, talking again, linking in with the website, the videocelts.com. I'll get the links out later on, guys. You can, if you've not seen it, I'm sure you have. You've got the section that I always go to and have a look at. I'm always really interested in the youth players. I always like to see a Celtic player come through, and your loan Celts as well. It's great. It keeps everybody up to date with, you know, because it's hard to keep up to date with who's scoring where. And, you know, when Rasmussen was away, I remember when he was away, you did quite a bit on him.
Turkey.
Yeah, I mean, Juarez and that as well.
It's easy to get those stories though, because there's that many of them. Or go for former Celts, pick up something on Arthur Boric, not too difficult.
Yeah.
there are a few Juarez stories, as you say, Rasmussen, but I'll try and name the players that are out on loan. The harder ones, probably Richie Tyrrell at Hibs, Greg Spence at Hamilton, Darren O'Dea, Leeds, Josh Thompson, Chesterfield, Daryl Murphy, Ipswich, Niall McGinn, Brentford, Paul Slane is apparently at MK Dons, and there may be some others, but there's an incredible amount of players there just now, as I said. And the development squad side that played at Huddersfield in midweek, I dare say they could win most SPL matches.
There was some lineup. I looked at the lineup, and it was a who's who, like, of who's not playing. But I think you could name every name that you've mentioned there could possibly leave, and I mean, I would like a couple of them maybe to stay. I do like Niall. I'm a fan of Niall McGinn. I know his final ball kind of lets him down sometimes, but do you see any of these guys staying? Do you think they've got a chance to get through, like Niall or maybe Juarez? Do you think their time's up?
I'll be amazed if any of them show at Celtic again. McGinn and a few others are victims of no reserve league. McGinn was signed in January 2008, and the reserve league wasn't fantastic, it wasn't perfect, but it was somewhere for players to play. And if you're over 21 and at Celtic, it's very difficult for you to get a game. So I think McGinn will probably stay on at Brentford or get a championship side for next season. And there's a lot of sorting out. I mean, Darren O'Dea's a classic. He's good enough for the Ireland international squad. He's had three loans since he signed his last Celtic contract. It's hard for these guys to get close to games. And they said, Dominic Servi, the goalkeeper, I think he's maybe played about 7 public matches for Celtic. He was signed, there was a problem with a work permit, and Celtic would have hoped that he could develop in the reserve league. The development matches are reasonable, they're getting good opposition, but they're not regular enough.
Dominic Servi posts more on Twitter than he has played minutes for Celtic. I think he's constantly on Twitter, but I think when you think of the money that could come in for these guys as well, maybe it'll allow us to keep a hold of our bigger names, but
I don't think there'll be money coming in, but it'll be wages saved.
Yeah, wages, yeah, I suppose.
I think there's many giant wages, but Juarez and Daryl Murphy, guys like that, they'll be in a decent wage. Rasmussen, but it's just the evolution of the squad, of moving those players on and hopefully freeing up some spaces that when you need someone, there's someone ready to step in the way Marcus Fraser did in the Rennes match. There's plenty of talking points, plenty of movement, and moving players on. I think any club that bids £10 million for any Celtic player, that player will be on his way instantly.
I think it's going to be hard to turn down. Like you say, that's I think Celtic fans are accepting that, and that's the way it's going to have to be. But you never know. But Champions League comes calling.
Well, I would hope Gary Hooper will look at it in the summer and say, well, I could go to some struggling Premiership team and maybe get double my wages, or I can get another season at Celtic. I can play in the Champions League. I'll be a better player, and I'll maybe get in a team in the top 10 in the Premiership that'll be looking at me. So it's the way Celtic should have been for a while, but they now seem to be getting into practice. Hopefully there's an attraction in playing for Celtic, and Celtic can give those players something back in Champions League football, which they're not going to get elsewhere, and that's a decent showcase for them, because there'll always be doubts about their quality playing in the SPL. But again, something we talked of, the Europa League was damn good for us this season, and again, if you go back to some of the coverage of it, Celtic getting in the back door, so to speak, to Europa League was put on as some sort of disaster for the club. These 6 additional fixtures, they're going to get a hammer in all these matches, and then when it comes round to the Sunday matches, they'll be catching up on Rangers in the league. But I would say most folk would say that the Europa League's got quite a part to play in the development of the squad, the team, and again, where they're sitting just now. They get a bit of experience and belief playing in those games, although watching the Atletico Madrid match at the start of the season was horrendous. That was all your nightmares coming true.
Oh, I know, I remember it. I think, I don't know, I think at the end of the season now, the games that are coming up, there's going to be so much excitement. Joe, if I could say to you, your ideal scenario for the end of the season, what would you like to happen, even concerning Rangers and all this as well? If I could give you anything you wanted to end the season, I know you're going to say the treble, but what would your ideal scenario be just to wrap everything up? What would you think?
I honestly don't think there's anything in particular. It's not winning the league at a particular ground, but I think winning the league at Celtic Park on a Saturday or Sunday. They beat Hearts. That was Strachan's first season. That was a midweek match, and it was good. It was great. It was fantastic. But I would say winning the league at Celtic Park on a Saturday or Sunday, and having the full party, Green Brigade, and the way the Jockstein stand is in harmony now with the Green Brigade.
I know they're finally caught up.
My dad was listening to some home match, and he says that the sound seemed really strange. But if you've not been at the matches, it would seem a bit strange. But the way that the Green Brigade start singing and the Jockstein stand respond, and now the Jockstein stand is noisier than the Green Brigade when they get going. But they've got a few extra bodies singing for them, so I've not taken any of the rest of the Green Brigade. Winning the league at home, if you remember the Motherwell game at the end of last season, that was
incredible.
Pretty special. If you play that again, and there's a big piece of silverware going around with the players at the end, I don't think any other scenario particularly matters. And for Neil Lennon especially, I don't think anyone's been through as much for Celtic as he has, and if he's got that trophy, I'll be as memorable as Valentine's Day this year if we get to see Lennon, the whole ground doing the huddle or whatever. There's all sorts of scenarios, but I think winning the league at home would be my only wish. I'll take winning the league anywhere, but if we can win the league at Celtic Park, it'll be pretty special this season.
I think I think I would go for that as well. I would take anything, but I think that to have that atmosphere like the Motherwell game, when I had people coming up to me going, "What was going on yesterday? I mean, you lost your league and you're not down." I goes, "No, I'm feeling that's the best I've ever felt losing the league. It was just an incredible feeling seeing all this, and I can't wait for the games coming up." Joe, it's been a total pleasure getting you on. I hope we can get you on before the end of the season. I know you're a super busy man, and we really appreciate you coming on. And guys, I'll get the links out for videocelts.com. Go and check it out. So much content on there, so much to read, and don't do your work when you work at work. Just sit and read websites for Celtic. That's all you need to do. That's what I do. I'll get sacked eventually, but there's so much out there for the Celtic fans. Joe, thanks for coming on. I'll speak to you very soon, and really appreciate you taking some time to come and speak.
No problem. All the best. Keep up the good work on the show.
No problem, Joe. Thank you very much.
All the best. Hail.
Well, thanks to Joe for coming on. Brilliant stuff. Really enjoyed it. We'll hopefully get Joe on before the end of the season. Guys, it's nearly about that time to get the songs flying high. 5 minutes to go, and then we'll start taking your requests. I've got a shed load of Twitters I'm going to go through in a minute. I've got some plugs to do, and then we'll get cracking, and we'll bring Davey back in to do some of his songs. But here's Let the People Sing.
Let the people sing their stories and their songs and the music of their native land. Their lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy. So join us hand in hand. All across this ancient land, throughout the test of time, it was music that kept their spirits free. Those songs of yours and mine. For those who are in love, there's a song that's warm and tender. For those who are oppressed, in song you can protest. So liberate your mind and give your soul expression. Open up your hearts and I'll sing for you this song. Let the people sing their stories and their songs and the music of their native land. Their lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy. So join us hand in hand. All across this ancient land, throughout the taste of time, it was music that kept their spirits free. Those songs of yours and mine. It was back in ancient times. The Bob would tell his stories of heroes and of villains, of chieftains and nibblings. Through the passages of time, with passion and of glory, to those who've gone before, I'll sing for you once more. Let the people sing their stories and their songs and the music of their native land. Their lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy. So join us hand in hand. All across this ancient land, throughout the taste of time, it was music that kept their spirits free. Those songs of yours and mine. Highland land of song, your music lives forever. Its valleys and its mountains, in its hills and in its glens. Our music did survive.
That's the bottom line.
The famine and
The big
oppression.
house must
To a
stay open.
generation gone, I'll sing for you this song. Let the people sing their stories and their songs and the music of their native land. Their lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy. So join us hand in hand. All across this ancient land.
Welcome back to Over and Over. Friday night, nearly 8:30. We'll start taking your requests. Big shout out to Tommy for the Ryan's Band. Happy 80th. There you go, fantastic stuff. Brilliant, the Ryan's Band live in Aberdeen, March the 3rd. It's going to be brilliant. I'll get the details read out for that. The big house will be open. Let the people sing the Malloys. Thanks again to Joe for coming on from videoselfs.com. I'll chuck the link out there, guys. Go and check it out. It's a brilliant website. Love reading it. Great stuff. Let's get through some of these Twitters. So many people getting in touch tonight. It's incredible. Loving the show tonight. And believe me, we're going to ramp it up for the last hour and a half of the tunes. It's going to be something else. Thank you, the Malloys. Right, okay, Twitter. Going crazy. Pete says, what about a wee mention for the man who made this week possible? God bless Fergus McCann. There you go. What people have said that to me today. Mick, that's the bottom line. Big house must stay open. Get that trending. That is brilliant. Michael Kinsella, Justin from work, what have I missed? You've missed probably the finest hour and a half of OAO I've ever done. I loved it at the start. Gary Wallace says, when Rangers die, can Celtic have a derby against Albion Rovers? Nick Kelly says, hey, can you play the monorail song from The Simpsons in honour of Craig White? How about a shout out to this clown, one of my favourite reads of the week, Jelly and Ice Cream. I'll try and have a look at that. Davey says, can you shout out for all the Lockheed boys going to the Tommy Burns tribute dinner on Sunday? Jelly and ice cream for dessert. That was going to be fantastic. Big shout out to the Lockheed boys at my work as well, listening to the show, loving it. Dave McInnes, get OAO on tonight. It's jump in, the big house must stay open. It's going round on Twitter. Pump says, I've been speaking to the Civil War boy from last week on Celtic Minded. Tell Davey he will log into soon. James Wallace, the league is over. Paddy Power paid out. I got the bet on when it was 15 points behind. Keep the faith. Ryan says, we'll always be solvent. God bless Celtic. Angie says, I know you probably had them all, but this song has to be my favourite. Always be a hero to me. We've got that coming up, guys. We've got that coming up. It's going to be brilliant. Andy Quinn says, get the big house must stay open as a ringtone. That is a brilliant. I'm going to try and do that actually. Celtic fan says, amazing week. The Huns went bust. We're all listening to OAO. We're having a party. No other way to end the week. Scouse Tims, can you give a big thanks to Video Celts for his gesture early in the season? Oh, I forgot to do that. I'm sure he's still listening in, so you'll get that, and you've copied him in as well. So there you go. Just Boy says, what a week, Housey. Friday night with beer and OAO. Carlsberg did weeks of the year. This would be it, definitely. Andy says, can you get it on your phone? The big house must stay open. Yeah, get it. I'm going to try and do that. Barry Brown says, goodbye Rangers. There's a photo there. I'll try and retweet that for everybody to see. So many photos coming in. It's unbelievable. So many videos being sent to me. Peter Palmer says it's like the big house needs to stay open. We need it for the 25th of March to have a party. Gordon says you need to play The Day the Huns Died from YouTube. That's coming up later on as well. Thanks to Carlton Boy for trying to get me a ticket for Sunday. If there's anybody out there who's got a spare ticket, please let me know. Beyond the Waves live. Can we get a shout? Yes, you can. We're going live at 7 PM Celtic Park time Sunday night. That is going to be a cracker as well. Dana Hines says, loving that. Keep playing that clip from the Hun in the crutches. He looked like a fat bastard from Austin Powers. I loved it. Eastern Boy, give us a wee mention on the show, mate. Hashtag things the SFA are investigating. Get that going. Ross Jenkins says, OAO, I'm at work, mate, but listen in. Jelly and ice cream when I get home. Neil Allen says, I'm doing nothing. Listen to OAO, getting turned into Rangers. Neil Gallagher as well. David Murray getting in touch. Loving the show, and I'm not even listening to it. There you go. That's how good it is tonight. Loads of people. I'll try and get through as many as I can as well. A few direct messages as well. Dean Armour says, any chance if you don't have a ticket for Ibroke tomorrow, head along to the under-19 game at St Mirren to show support and have a party. There you go. I'm not sure who's playing tomorrow. Is Celtic under-19? I don't know. He sent me that anyway, so do what you want with that. If you want to go and have a party there, go for it. Deco says, any chance you can shout out to the Charlie and the boys playing in Toronto the weekend of the Huns game? Should it happen, contact me for details. Fantastic. Also, hoping, hopefully we'll find out in the next couple of weeks. Charlie and the boys, we're doing some live stuff for them in Paddy for the Barrowlands gig. Hopefully that's going to be incredible. Danny says, hail, what a show from the Loughborough Tims. Fans, we're getting in touch. H-Block says, any chance to play in Row of Honour? Yep, I'll try and get that on. Nick Flynn says, any chance shout out to the Conga starter, jelly and ice cream. Nicky Flynn, he was, I forgot to say, I wasn't on last week and Harper did the show. Thanks to Harper again. What a show they did last week. It was brilliant. Yeah, Nicky Flynn, I meant to do that. He started the Conga at Inverness, so big shout out to him. I'll play a song for you later on. Mike Underlevy says, can we have Simple Minds? I promise you a miracle just for the wee Craigie and Govan. Where is Craig White tonight? Craig, if you're listening in, geez a phone. We'd love to hear from you. You've just made us the happiest fans in the world. I've got a few things. I'm going to get through these as quickly as I can, guys, and we'll get on with the show. The songs playing. Celtic Emerald, Tuesday, 8 till 10. Also going to be a jelly and ice cream party after the Hibs game on Sunday in Leith. Celtic Emerald up and coming, and loads of people listening in to them. They're filling your Tuesday nights with tunes, 8 to 10, and some crackers like that. Get listening in. Celtic Emerald on Twitter. Get listening in. It's going to be brilliant. I'll just look for them on Spreaker as well. Dennis Taylor says, alright, wide, Stembo here. Good Facebook pages. I'll get this one put out. We are in all support. We are all Neil Lennon support our manager. It's 7,200 followers. I've shared your radio station a few times. Keep up the good work. Give me a song, would you? Cross them again. I'll try and get it on for you, Dennis. Brilliant stuff, Dembo. Get looking at that Facebook. We are all Neil Lennon support our manager. Thanks for putting the shout out for the show as well. Celtic Network, Jazz. Hail, Housey, can you give a shout out to @no to Nuco? We're getting a campaign going to stop the Huns getting back into the SBL after liquidation. Get on that on Twitter. And Thomas says, hail, Housey, thought I'd send you an email. I was impressed with Harper's effort last week and asked if there's any update on the OAO website. Hopefully I'll have Seamus on next week or the week after, and we'll get an update from him. I'm sure he's working away. He's been a really busy guy. And here's some videos as well. Thanks. I've got as much as he's lined up as well, so I'll try and get a few of them on for you. And also a new fanzine out as well, The Thunder. The fanzine's on sale at Hibs on Sunday, and we have 2 home games after that. We have the cops tried to stop them on sale with a front cover attached, but it wasn't offensive material, come on. It's a 64-page full cover and a wee bit on the Hun situation. Interview with the Green Brigade on UEFA Gate. Interview with Soviets as well. We hope to have them on the show very soon as well. Charity single they played at half time, or they played before the match against Cali with Tommy Buns and much more. Check out that, The Thunder, new fanzine out there. You've got to see that on Sunday. And also, as well, I've got to do this other week, Tal fanzine. Fantastic, we had them on at the start of the season. Hopefully have them on very soon. www.talzine.com, the e-zine on there. I'll put the link out on Twitter as well. Actually, I'll just do that now before I forget. Actually, I'll do it in a minute. I totally forgot what I was doing. Yeah, Tal fanzine. I'll get the link out for you guys. You check out the latest e-zine. It's good stuff. It's always a good read. And one of these days I'm going to have to stop doing all these websites at work because there's so much to keep up with. Ryan Brown says, any chance of pints of the week from the Wakes? I will certainly get that. Jelly and ice cream and Ninjas Die seems to be the saying as it goes at the moment. And again, thanks to Big Joe McHugh. I don't know if he's Big Joe McHugh, but we'll call him Big Joe McHugh. He says, keep up the great work, and thanks again for coming on the show. Really enjoyed that chat. Wonderful stuff. And a few more messages on Twitter, then let's get cracking with these tunes. Any chance of playing Rock On, Rock All? Try and get that through, that as many as I can. Vol says, Carlin, just got a ticket. Lockheed Celtic, just for the, got a ticket for the Shed at Tandy. It's going to be fucking mental. Lockheed active unit. Guys, get in touch with me near the time. I've got my tickets today. I want to come. I want to come party with the Lockheed boys. Get in touch near the time. We'll do that. I'm up for that. Jimmy Irvin says, the cheating's over. Why don't you play fair? Hundemise with OAO. Big at Ray by Charlie and the Boys tonight. Sums up the reason why we hate them. We're going to win the league. Super. Loads of messages coming in. OAO Celtic News on Twitter. Fantastic amount of people adding us this week. We're now on crazy amount, 4,500 I think it's close to. I really appreciate you putting the show out there and everybody listening in. It's just brilliant. Cowboy says, I'm not going to stop asking for a ticket for OAO, so best just give him one and you'll all get peace. Come on guys, desperate for a ticket on Sunday. If anybody's got a ticket, get in touch and I'll give you a request. I'll give you a shout out as well. Carluke Shamrock CSE, can't get my words out tonight. Please give a shout out to the panel for tonight's TikTok show. They're listening into you before we start recording the podcast. There you go, TikTok. Get that right, I can't get my words out at all. We shall overcome OAO. Shout out for the Port Glasgow Heart Boys going up on Sunday with our jelly vodka. Jimmy Irvin says, bring on the Hearts, the Hibs, Aberdeen, bring on the Spaniards by this score. Fantastic. Right guys, get your requests in. As I say, I've got loads already. Everybody's been asking for. I'm going to try and get through as many as I can. Quick word on the shows coming up. We will be live not next Friday, guys. We are not live next Friday. We're live next Saturday. Next Saturday night we are going to be live after the Motherwell game when I get home. We're going to be live doing it. I think I maybe do it from somewhere else, but we're going to be live 7 till 10, and there may be a chance I'll speak to Paul. He might be a bit excited because he doesn't know this. I may be able to attend the Aberdeen game and the Ryans band now as well, so we will let you know. I will be in touch if you're listening in. There could be a chance we might be doing a live show from Aberdeen, but I'm just trying to sort stuff out this week. But loads coming up, and if I don't get a ticket on Sunday, I maybe do a live show as well. So I might do a live commentary and get the guys round. I'll keep you all updated on Twitter. It's the place to be. Let's get the tunes going. One of my favourite tunes. A few people have asked for this tonight already. Get the party started. The Real McCoy, the Silencers. We'll be back with Davey soon and get some of his songs on. Hail, hail!
Must stay open. That's the bottom line.
Friday night in those mean old streets. Tear down those walls of Troy. Tear down those walls. Way down those walls of Troy.
It is finished, no foreign lands to seize, and the greedy eye of England is turning towards seas. 200 miles from Donegal, there's a place called Rockall, and the groping hounds of Whitehall are grabbing at its walls. Oh, Rockall, Rockall, you'll never fall. For Britain's greedy hands, I'll meet the same resistance like it did in many lands. May the seagulls rise above your eyes, and the waters crush your shells, and the natural gas will burn your ass and blow you all to hell. This rock is part of Ireland, all is written in folklore. When Finn McCool took a sod of grass, he threw it to the fore. Then he tossed the pebble across the seas. Wherever did it fall? For the sod became the Isle of Man, and the pebbles called Rockall. Oh, Rockall, Rockall, you'll never fall. For Britain's greedy hands, I'll meet the same resistance like it did in many lands. May the seagulls rise above your eyes, and the waters crush your shells, and the natural gas will burn your ass and blow you all to hell. Oh, the seas will not be silent while Britannia rules the waves, and remember that the Irish will no longer be your slaves. And remember that Britannia well, she rules the waves no more, so keep your hands off Rockall, it's Irish to the core. Oh, Rockall, Rockall, you'll never fall. For Britain's greedy hands, I'll meet the same resistance like it did in many lands. May the seagulls rise above your eyes, and the waters crush your shells, and the natural gas will burn your ass and blow you all to hell. Oh, Rockall, Rockall, you'll never fall. For Britain's greedy hands, I'll meet the same resistance like it did in many lands. May the seagulls rise above your eyes, and the waters crush your shells, and the natural gas will burn your ass and blow you all to hell.
Marching down Saxon Street, starry plough up high, here comes the citizens' army with a fist raised to the sky. Leading them is a mighty man with a mad rage in his eye. My name is James Conley, I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class. This blue farmer to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. So hold on to your rifle, boys, don't give up the dream. A republic for the working class economic liberty. Goes up on citizens, this system is a curse. An English boss is a bastard, but an Irish one even worse. They'll never lock us out again, and here's the reason why. My name is James Conley, I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class. This blue banner to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. So hold on to your rifle, boys, don't give up the dream. A republic for the working class economic liberty. bullets whizzing by, with Pearson, Sean McDowder, bidding each other goodbye. Up steps our citizens leader and he roars into the sky. My name is James Conley, I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class. This brute farmer to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. So hold on to your rifle, boys, don't give up the trail. A republic for the working class, economic liberty. Stand still till the flames lit up the sky. Then a bullet pierced our leader and we gave up the fight. They shot him and killed him in jail, but they never stopped his cry. My name is James Conley, I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class. Let's prove battle to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. So hold on to your rifle, boys, don't give up the trail. A republic for the working class, economic liberty.
Beat the roll of honor, our island's bravest man. We must be united in memory of the town. England, you're a bastard, don't think that you have won. We will never be defeated while Ireland has its sons. In the dreary H-block cages, and brave young Irishmen lay. Hunger held for the justice, while the young lives had the way. For the rights as Irish soldiers and to free the native land. They stood beside their leader, the gallant Bobby Sands. Well, they mourned Hughes and Malachy, Ray McGrish and Armour's Hills. In the narrow streets of the Gregan, they missaw her still. They so proudly gave the young lives to break Britannia's hold. Their names shall be remembered as history unfolds. So read the roll of honor, our Ireland's bravest man. We must be united in memory of the town. England, you're a bastard, don't think that you have won. We will never be defeated while Ireland has its sons. To the worn-torn streets of Ulster, the black flags that sadly wave, to salute 10 Irish martyrs, the bravest of the brave. Joe McDonnell, Martin Hershin, Kevin Lynch and Doherty. They gave their lives for freedom with Thomas McElwee. Young Mickey Devine from Free Derry, well, you were the last to die. With your 9 brave companions, when a martyr died you lie. Your souls cry out, remember, our deaths were not in vain. Fight on and make our homeland a nation nation once again. So read the roll of honor for Ireland's bravest man. We must be united in memory of the time. England, you're a bastard. Don't think that you have won. We will never be defeated while Ireland has such sons. We will never be.
Financial troubles of Rangers have been well documented over the past weeks and months, really since Craig White took control of the club. They have had this tax bill overhanging them, a disputed bill of £49 million thereabouts.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how the Rangers used to make me smile. With Seabow and Frank de Boer, they were shite and they were poor, and maybe we were happy for a while. You spent what you could not afford, bought titles by a corrupt board. Then the taxman came to light, sent by the Queen to our delight. I can't remember if I cried, tears of joy I could not hide. But something touched me deep inside the day the Rangers died. So bye-bye, let the Rangers die. Oh, we're heading for a baby, let the Guinness run dry. Those good old boys in the fields of Bath and Rye, singing, this'll be the day that you die. This'll be the day that you die. Now we can't choose a club we love, but we had faith in God above. We even tried to tell you so. Now you believe in fairy tales, while every player's in the sales, and we were hoping that you'd die real slow. Well, you know that we just love this stuff. In fact, we just can't get enough. Every day in the news, another dig at those cheating blues. Well, you were sold for just a single buck on a pack of lies. Now you're out of luck, but you know we couldn't give a fuck the day the Rangers died. So bye-bye, let the Rangers die. Oh, we're heading for a baby, let the Guinness run dry. Those good old boys in the fields of Bath and Rye, singing, this'll be the day that you die. This'll be the day that you die. So bye-bye, let the Rangers die. Oh, we're heading for a baby, let the Guinness run dry. Those good old boys in the fields of Bath and Rye, singing, this'll be the day that you die. This'll be the day that you die.
With a fraudulent smile and his googly eyes,
would ruin your club with his casual lies.
The big house
And he
must stay
only
open.
revealed what you
That's the
wanted
bottom
to
line.
see. Your comic book savior is more than a hero to me. You all followed like sheep, he was willing to lead you. No one looked for the truth, so he hardly deceived you. With the shake of the hand, you were sold for £1. He stole like a thief, but he's more than a hero to me. Whoa, they took care of themselves. They could spend what they want, money they never had. Whoa, tainted titles well won. When their history's gone, we'll be having a laugh. He took your sad club into administration. He fucked off with millions and left you with nothing. He bought you and sold you and done it for free. Blame it all on yourself, cause your stupid support couldn't see. After decades of bile and your staunch bigotry, blame it all on yourself, cause your stupid support couldn't see. Whoa, they took care of themselves. They could spend what they want, money they never had. Whoa, tainted titles well won. When their history's gone, we'll be having a laugh. So the EBT payments were not due to him, and he never spent double what Celtic could spend. But he didn't pay taxes or PAYE. So just like some Minty, he's more than a hero to me. And casting a shadow, the HMRC, Sir Minty and Whitey are both fucking heroes to me.
We've paid our taxes, we'll do what we want. We've paid our taxes, we'll do what we want. Hey, Davey, how you doing?
It's a dead one. Come on now.
You dirty stinker.
Taxes on jelly and cream. Let's do our taxes on jelly and cream.
Yeah! Over and over live, 9 o'clock. Davey, we're going to have some tunes for you and a little bit of insight, and then we're going to ramp it up for the last 45. Tunes galore, get jumping into the weekend. A couple of lovely little numbers there for the Rangers fans listening in, Davey. Brilliant. How good are they? Celtic fans on the ball when it all goes wrong for the scum.
Unbelievable, mate. I must say, I fucking thank myself that I'm pissed now, because your lad Joe, who was on, amazing. I don't know where he's from. No, I don't. I mean, is he your man Joe that was on?
Man, Joe McHugh, videocelts.com, legend.
Video Celts, aye, quality. When he first came on, after 3 minutes, I thought, I must fucking take to him to task. But after another half bottle of wine, I can't remember why I was going to take him to task. So, well done, Joe. Loved your fucking spiel. It's all it's all good. I was just playing.
The big house must stay open.
It's all good. What?
I was just saying, Davey.
That's the bottom line. The big house must stay open. That's the bottom line.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I fucking love it. Oh, they're shite. They're fucking. Oh. Davey, right. Aye, song. Davey, I've got a song lined up. You're going to do the intro for us.
Yes, I thank you. Because obviously, all of us are fucking well clued in to the whole scenario, the whole backdrop. What the fuck?
Oh, it feels like this was kicking in there.
Nah, that's kicking in way too soon. The situation is, mate, we know that everything has gone on the last year or two, and it's been ramped up. Actually, not to as a matter of lucidation or lucidity. It's been a matter of let's the Hun media take their turn. However, what I'll say is, on Monday, I found out the Huns will be going into administration. And I thought, obviously, myself, mate, I'm stuck down here. As it was just one of those random nights, bumped into three of my favourite people of all time, my pal Jacqueline, my pal Alison, and my pal Claire. We had a, let's just say, superb night on Monday night. So for those three lovely ladies, I would like to play a tune now by the Soul Doctors. Thank you, mate. It's called Soul Doctors, Only One Girl.
Fantastic, Davey. I'll get that right on there, and then when we get through a couple more songs, we'll come back with Davey. He's got a couple more songs we're going to play. I said I would for him tonight, because, you know, I do love you, Davey. I do love you.
Cheers, mate. I know that.
No, it's the wrong song. I'm having a Craig White here. I'm having a Craig White, man. Over and over for administration.
People, that's just an amateur group.
I've done it again. Right, here we go, Davey. Soul Doctors, Only the One Girl. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I've been around the world, I've traveled many seas, I've seen a lot of pretty girls. There is only one girl for me, only one girl for, only one girl for, only one girl for me, only one girl for, only one girl for, only one girl for me. The man that I would be, the man that you would hear. I only wish that you could see the power I have when she is the only one girl for, only one girl for, only one girl for me. Only one girl for, only one girl for, only one girl for me. Germany. Take me out today. Take me to the Reaper Band with the fans in St. Pauli. Standing on the terrace, we'll back them all the way. No Nazi scum will overcome the fans of St. Pauli. Flies tonight for the Pirates of the League. They know they'll never walk alone, 'cause we're behind their team. And the spirits of punk will never die, so long as they are here. Tributa da Liga, Volcom, Champisas, FC San Pauli. Viva San Pauli! Viva San Pauli! Viva San Pauli! Viva! They're the football anarchists who don't do what they're told. Who love their rebel music and who love their rock and roll. They always fight for what is right, no matter what the score. The Antifa hooligan shake off the melancholy. Viva San Pauli! Viva San Pauli! Viva San Pauli! Viva! I love the fans of San Pauli. They come from near and far, and everyone's accepted here, no matter who you are. And we drink when the match is over in the Jolly Roger bar. Knocking back Coke and Jack and bottles of Astra. Viva San Pauli! Viva San Pauli! Viva San Pauli! Viva! Come on, come on! Come on, come on! Come on, come on! Antifa hooligans! Come on, come on! Come on, come on! Come on, come on! Antifa hooligans! Come on, come on! Come on, come on! Come on, come on!
Song dedicated to the Green Brigade and everybody answer it tonight. Brilliant. There's another Celtic classic for you.
Oh, his name is McNamara, he's the Celtic boys right back. It's 40 inches turning, defence into attack. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere, the best you've ever seen. Young Jackie McNamara in the hoops of white and green. Jack joined us from Dunfermline where he shone right for the bars. And his first game against the Rangers, he outshone their mega stars. He ran them ragged everywhere and drove their fans insane. You can bet your bottom dollar we have found the new McGrain. And his name is McNamara, he's the Celtic boys right back. It's 40 inches turning, defence into attack. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere, the best you've ever seen. Young Jackie McNamara in the hoops of white and green. Jack Stolman played for Celtic when he did 9 in a row. Then off into Old Ricky and a high BC did go. Of his son Jackie Jr., he's rightly mighty proud. His chest swelled out like blazes when we chant his name out loud. And his name is McNamara, he's a Celtic boys right back. His 40 inches turning, defence into attack. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere, the best you've ever seen. Young Jackie McNamara in the hoops of white and green. Oh, his name is McNamara, he's a Celtic boys right back. His 40th is turning defence into attack. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere, the best you've ever seen. Young Jackie McNamara in the hoods of white and green. Now Jackie boy, don't worry, your future's mighty bright. For 15 years like Karl Marx, you'll be charging down the right. And we'll chant your name and spread your fame throughout the football world. You'll enjoy a reputation where the Celtic flags unfurled. And his name is McNamara, he's the Celtic boys right back. His 40th is turning defence into attack. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere, the best you've ever seen. Young Jackie McNamara in the hoods of white and green. His name is McNamara, he's the Celtic boys right back. His 40th is turning defence into attack. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere, the best you've ever seen. Young Jackie McNamara in the hoods of white and green. Young Jackie McNamara in the hoods of white and green.
You felt the team going down. I said, Conman, you'll have to sell off your ground. And then, Conman, there's still no cash to be found. And you're going to feel unhappy. Conman, you were down on your knees, cause the taxman must be paid all his fees. And so, Conman, better make like the breeze and start selling the big issue. Gotta pay up at the HMRC. You pay up at the HMRC. Now you're back to front door, and the door is right. Washington, of all your cars. HMRC, you owe a fortune to the HMRC. And there's really no way you'll be able to pay, but it looks like you ain't got no choice. Hunman, we were once in your shoes. We were down and out like the blues. And then, Hunman, we got ourselves a new boss. And he gave us loads of money. Hunman, then he built a new stand. And it was the best in the land. Then he built a team that was grand. But he paid his back and tax bills. Already documentaries on BBC. Read the cash in the bank and we're gonna withdraw. See you sell all the farts you bought. HMRC, don't throw a penny to the HMRC. And don't you forget, even though I've been dead, frozen assets are over to this. Hunman, now the story's the best, but I've never seen no track rest on the back page of the Daily Express on the Sun of Daily.
Come together now, Hunman, HMRC, Hunman. Baby, how you doing?
All your toys are the fucking amazing, mate. Thank you very much for playing Saw Doctors, Only One Girl.
Beautiful.
It was an amazing evening with Jacqueline, Alison and Claire Monday night.
Davey, it kind of defeats the purpose though of that song, Only One Girl. More like only hundreds of girls with you. There's always 5 or 6 of them hanging off your shoulder. You dirty porno bastard.
Mate, oh no, I'm not the bold Craigie's financial advisor.
Oh, I've seen that in the paper today. Fucking hell!
It just that leaps from something else to something else. No, mate, as you know, last weekend I met you in the fucking old bar. I only had one lady with me, Heather. Hope you listen tonight, Heather. Hopefully, Housey wasn't too fucking disrespectful in his piss.
I was fine. I was fine.
Yeah, as I say, Heather, hopefully Housey wasn't too disrespectful. But tonight, quality shout out for Jacqueline, Alison and Claire. Also, I know she's not listening live tonight, she's round at some Nonsense Friends. I'd love to say a big, massive shout out to one of my favourite people in the world, Kirsty from down south. Kirsty's an amazing girl. I was hoping to meet up with her again at the Motherwell game. Can't be done due to my family obligations. But I'll sort you out for something, Kirsty, before the end of the season. Don't worry about that. So a wee song for Kirsty might well be something like, what you get lined up, mate?
Well, the one you asked me to line up.
What was that? I can't even fucking remember.
Light a Big Fire. Tommy's got something. I can't see the full
well, it's a quality tune. Tommy's got a good job. It's a little known song from many years ago from a sort of punk band, Light a Big Fire. So I might as well dedicate it to Kirsty, who I will be seeing some point in the near Celtic future.
You're getting called a dirty bastard in the chat room.
What was that?
Everybody in the chat room's calling you a big dirty bastard.
They know fuck all. After that, hopefully we'll have something akin to either from my brother-in-law Michael Dunleavy, Spanish Bombs.
Davey, I'm going to play them two in a row for you. I'm going to play them. That's how good I am to you. I'm going to play them two in a row.
You talk about Spanish Bombs?
Aye.
Oh, superb bit. Cheers.
Davey, we'll get you on before the end of the show. I'm going to play these two in a row for Davey, and then we're going to hit some hard ones, but Across McGlen, Jackets Green, Willie Melee from Shabeen. That rhymes. And we've paid our taxes, Davey, so we can do what we're fucking want.
Superb, mate.
Here we go. Here's the two in a row. Hail, hail.
He's not standing in a Tokyo like everybody else is, crying in the beer. Tommy's got a good job, walking around Belfast, carrying a mustache. It's only a month old. I saw it in a Polaroid, and now he said to the letter, he said things are getting better. Says he's gonna get a pay rise, but he's gonna get a surprise. Red today, jam tomorrow. Big red today, jam tomorrow. Red today, jam tomorrow. Good jam tomorrow. I said jam tomorrow. Good, Tommy's got a good job. Spanish songs in Andalusia, the shooting sight in the days of 39. Oh, please leave the vendana open, Radicolado, dead and gone, pulling holes in the cemetery wall. The black car, the body of the beer, Spanish bombs on the Costa Rica, are flying in on the DC tonight. Spanish bombs, you got the quiero y finito, just the cuera, oh my corazón. Spanish bombs, just the quiero y finito, just the cuera, oh my corazón. Spanish weeks in my disco casino, the freedom fighters died up on the hill. They sang the red flag, they wore the black one after they died it for Mockingbird Hill. Back from the buses, went up in flashes, the Irish too, drenched in blood. Spanish bombs, shack
señoritas, los meten the bar. Spanish bombs, yo te quiero infinito, yo te quiero, oh my corazón. Spanish bombs, yo te quiero infinito, yo te quiero, oh my corazón. The hillsides ring with the people. Can I hear the echoes from days of 39? Churches full of poets, a ragged army, facing bayonets to fight the other line. Spanish bombs rock the province. I'm hearing music from another time. Spanish bombs cause the problem. I'm flying in on a DC-10 tonight. Spanish bombs, yo te quiero infinito. Yo te quiero, oh my corazón. Spanish bombs, yo te quiero infinito. Yo te quiero, oh my corazón. Oh my corazón. About the big strong man, well he lives in the caravan. Have you heard about the Jeffrey Johnson fight? Well lordy, what a hell of a fight. Well you can take all the heavyweights you got, we got a lot who could beat the whole lot. Oh well he used to ring the bells in the belfry, and now he's gonna fight and check them see what's me brother Sylvester. He's got a row of 40 medals on the chest. Well, he killed 50 badmen in the west. He knows no rest. Big a man, heads fire, don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm, like a leg, and a punch that will sink a battleship. Oh, well, it takes all the army and the navy to put the wind up Sylvester. Oh, well, he thought he'd take a trip to Italy, and he thought that he'd go by sea. Oh, well, he jumped off the harbour in New York, and he swam like a man made of cork. Oh, well, he saw the Lusitania in distress. What'd he do? Well, he put the Lusitania on his chest. Oh, well, he drank all the water in the sea, and he walked all the way to Italy. That was me brother Sylvester. What's he got? He's got a row of 40 medals on the chest. Big chest. Well, he killed 50 badmen in the west. He knows no rest. Big in a man and hell's fire. Don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm, like a leg, and a bunch that will sink a battleship. Big ship. Oh, well, it takes all the army and the navy to put the wind up Sylvester. Well, he thought he'd take a trip to old Japan, and he turned out the whole brass band. Well, he played every instrument they got, like a lad, sure he baked the whole lot. Oh, well, the old church bells were ringing, Hell's bells. The old church choir were singing, Hell's fire. Well, they all turned out to say farewell to my big brother Sylvester. That was me brother Sylvester. What's he got? He's got a row of 40 medals on the chest. Big chest. Well, he killed 50 badmen in the west. He knows no rest. Big in the man, hell's fire. Don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm, like a leg, his leg, and a bunch that will sink a battleship. Big ship. Well, it takes all the army and the navy to put the wind up Sylvester.
Have made our way to the grand city called New York. From Glasgow town,
from Dublin and from down,
from London and from Belfast and from Cork.
Though we've crossed the tide, we stand behind our side. We stay on and sing no matter what the scoreline.
We never say die, we roar the fields of Athenry. We're the New York Fiend Boys. dog. All the week long, there's no mercy for Paddy on the side. Saturday night comes, we meet up in the pubs, we paint New York City green and white. There's no sleeping in for a dedicated Tim when the Rangers match is kicking off at 7. So at the crack of dawn, we're up cheering the boys on. We're the New York Fenian Boys. Remember that day at the end of May when the Celts pulled off the treble. Paul Lambert lifted up the Scottish Cup. Our troops in hoops decided to go mental. We spilled out the door, then someone rang the law when we stopped Manhattan's traffic with our huddle. But the cops didn't mind, 'cause they're on our side. They're all New York Fenian boys. We always rejoice at the sight of paradise, and since Martin's cave it's been like heaven. And now our eyes are on a bigger prize. It's been a good few years since 1967. We will march with O'Neill across the finest fields, and once more we'll be champions of Europe. And come that day you'll hear us half the world away. We're the New York Fenian Boys. And come that day you'll hear us half the world away. We're the New York Fenian Boys.
When Henrik came over from Sweden, when Henrik he crossed the North Sea, when Henrik he signed for the Celtic, what a signing he turned out to be. Henrik, oh Henrik, oh Henrik's the striker for me, for me. Henrik, oh Henrik, oh Henrik's the striker for me. When Janssen said get me a striker, I'll only take one of the best. And Larsson we've sure got a winner, head and shoulders ahead of the rest. Henrik, oh Henrik, oh Henrik's the striker for me, for me. Henrik, oh Henrik, oh Henrik's the striker for me. He flies through the air when he headers, he's classy when he's on the ball. His skill it bewilders defenders, but his hair it bewilders us all. Henrik, oh Henrik, oh Henrik's the striker for me, for me. Henrik, oh Henrik, oh Henrik's the striker for me. He said I'll tie knots in my barnet to make sure that I never go bald. I'll try to play great like wee Jinky and look good like wee Bertie Auld. Henrik, oh Henrik, oh Henrik's the striker for me, for me. Henrik, oh Henrik, oh Henrik's the striker for me. A buzzbomb he is as a player, he strikes when the time is just right. His goal-scoring answers our prayers. Oh, what a glorious sight! Henrik, oh Henrik's the striker for me. Henrik, oh Henrik, birch birdie, birdie, schmurdy.
I've travelled o'er this country, from shore to shining shore, and I've never ceased to wonder, things I've heard and things I've saw. Yet the banks are made of marble, with the guard on every door, and the vaults are filled with silver that the worker sweated for. I've seen the weary housewife buying groceries from the store, and I've heard that grocer saying, this is going to cost you more. Yet the banks are made of marble, with the guard on every door, and the vaults are filled with silver that the worker sweated for. I've seen the weary miner scrubbing coal dust from his back, and I've heard that miners' children cry for coal to heat this shack. Yet the banks are made of marble, with the guard on every door, and the vaults are filled with silver that the workers sweated for. I've seen the weary sailor standing idly on the shore, and I heard his skipper saying, there's no berth here anymore. Yet the banks are made of marble, with the guard on every door, and the vaults are filled with silver that the workers sweated for. Let's rise up and seek our country. Let's rise up and free our land. Let us all rise together, for together we must stand. We'll blow up the banks of marble, put the guard on every door, and share out them vaults of silver that the workers sweated for. We'll blow up the banks of marble, with that guard on every door, and share out them vaults of silver that the workers sweated for.
We'll go back to Over and Over, cracking tunes there. That one was for Davey as well. I'll get him back on before the end of the show and he can do some more. I think we've got one more from him as well. So this is Davey's show tonight. We're going to read through some of these Twitter messages. So many coming through, hard to keep up. Let me just get through some of these now. Oh, where did we go? Dunn McKinnon says, Henrik, I had that for ages, fantastic. Loads of people commenting on the tattoo. Thanks guys, it's bloody, it's hurting. It's hurting. I've got my cream, I'm going to put some on. But thanks for all the comments about that. Amy says, do you reckon if I get a ticket for Sunday, if I just went and hung about Easter Road with jelly and ice cream and a parcel to pass? I think you might have a bit of luck there. If you get a ticket, they're like gold dust at the moment for Sunday. If Emily has a spare, get in touch. I'm desperate to go. I'm going to go anyway, I think, and head down, see if I can get one. Who else? We've got Shawnee Max says, I know you played it, can you play the Wick's final song? Or I might do, I don't know, I'll see. Loads of requests to try and get through. I've got some coming up for a few guys that have just messaged me. Jerry Kane says, no way you can go through the whole show about the Spiky the Island song, how's he? Kevin Glasgow says Dying Rebel, another epic show. Beyond the Waves, does Davey have any friends that aren't birds? Andy Quinn says playing the McNamara song, The Memories, fantastic. Liam Berry says, can I get a shout out for Paul McNeil and my poor Honda? There you go. Jake McGinley says, watching Hustle and listening to OAO, the Celtic family. Derry Pelly says, fuck it, the fact I've neglected the OAO show for so long is disgraceful, but I'm back on track tonight, that's what I like to hear. Andy Simpson getting in touch with a photo, get that retweeted. Mark Coyle, great show guys, love the Jackie touch. Andy Quinn, fantastic Friday night entertainment. Loads of messages. I'll try and get through a few more before we go. Lorraine got in touch, can I have a wee request to go to Tenerife tomorrow for a week's holiday. The Lafferty family, sorry, I apologise, not the Lafferty family. Cheers, do you have any Blarney programmes? I'll try and fit some in before the end of the show as well. Joe Mackin getting in touch saying, great show again, I've been meaning to ask you for weeks, never got around to it. Would you like to come into a game? The kids see the kids' faces, oh that would be fantastic. The offers there any time, that's fantastic. I will get in touch. I'm wanting to get the guys from the Cairo Foundation and the Titans back on the show for the end of the season. We're trying at the moment to organise an end of season bash, so if the guys of the Haggies are listening, or Haggies, please get back in touch. I'm trying to get in touch with you about doing something now. If there's anybody out there with a venue that would do it, get in touch as well. Gerald McConway, how's it going, mate? Long time no speak, sounding good from Donegal. Fantastic, thanks for getting in touch tonight. I'll try and get a song on for you as well. Davey, very good. What's this? Davey's pinging me songs to play. I'll try it on for you. I think you've had you've had a fair bit tonight, Davey. You've got to give me that. We've also got what we got here. There's some comments coming through on the speaker page as well. You can put comments up on the speaker page if you want, guys. Speaker.com. Search for Hail Media as well. Homeboys are on there along with the Lost Boys and Beyond the Waves. Celtic Emerald on Tuesday as well. Celtic Underground podcast now out. That was out last night. You can download that, and hopefully also Lost Boys will be later tonight for you as well. So loads coming. I'm going to play Raised on Celtic, Charlie and the Boys, and then I'm going to play a couple more songs. I'm just going to dig a Ghost of the Overdose as well. I'm going to play that as well, so a few people have asked for that. So here we go.
I was raised on Celtic, their history and their pride. With my culture and my faith, I wear the green and white. I have travelled the path where generations walked, and I read of the legends who played at Celtic Park. And I tasted victory with this famous club, and I've drowned my sorrows in many an Irish pub. And I walked with pride down Parkhead's Way. With my father's ghost I sit and watch the Celtic play. I am such a lucky man today to be brought up in this world the Celtic way. I was raised on Celtic, their history and their pride. With my culture and my faith, I wear the green and white. Now you've heard about the four-leaf clover, the one that's on the Celtic crest, 'cause it means so much to a Celtic fan every time you put it over your head. Well, the first leaf is for Brother Wilfred, the guardian of Celtic men. He fed the poor of Irish stock in Glasgow's old East End. I was raised on Celtic, their history and their pride. With my culture and my faith, I wear the green and white. Now the second
Celtic up to face the mighty of Europe. Then we won the European Cup. And the third league was for the Celtic fans, with the passion in our eyes. 'Cause we've grown up with all our memories underneath a Celtic sky. For our children and the memories that we will pass on, with our music and our stories, we'll carry on the Celtic bond. And they can tell their children all the things that they have learned. 'Cause just like us, they're the lucky ones to be brought up a Celtic fan. I was raised on Celtic, their history and their pride. With my culture and my faith, I wear the green and white.
Famine days drove us here off the land they tried to clear. Now they drive you from the cities to make way for all the yuppies. They stood back and didn't act. Those in power should have been sacked. Decimate the inner cities, move them out, bring in the wealthy. Hey little baby, I wanna take you from here, I wanna take you away from here. Hey little baby, I don't see you on the gear. It's so hard to find your way back. Hey little baby, it's every parent's worst fear, for the child to wear the ball smack. There was pills, there was tabs, there was pain and needle jabs, and the ghosts of overdoses replaced the ghosts of tuberculosis. There was dust and there was liquid you could buy for just a few quid, and escape out of the jungle to return and crawl and stumble. Hey little baby, I wanna take you from here, I wanna take you away from here. Hey little baby, don't wanna see you on the gear, but it's so hard to find your way back.
You'll lie high, cry, please don't go. Now I walk along these streets
And across the glen, the fire burns through. The patriotic flame will never die.
The big house must stay open. That's the bottom line.
When you hear the battle cry, it will be the final night from across the glen. I'll sing a song of the bravest man, the famous fighting unit from the land. Lead out the hand across the glen, amongst the bravest diamonds of our song. Across the glen, the fire burns true, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be the final event from across the glen. At night you hear the sickle squall, and lights are held across the land. The iron rain, the spirits soar, in all the reckoning is close to hand. Across the glen, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be the final event across the glen. The British scum, they fear, never again will see the custard shore. Because they know they'll pay jail when they're all leaving Ireland's bloody skull. Across the glen, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be the final event from across the glen. We will not give up until the fray, until Ireland's out of British hands. We'll never rest until we see the tigers roll driven from our land. Across the glen, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be the final event from across the glen. Across the glen, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. It will be the final event from across the glen. Across the glen, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be the final event from across the glen. Yes, it will be the final event from across the glen.
Must stay open. That's the bottom line. The big house must stay open. That's the bottom line.
We are fascinating listening to Tom there.
Well,
we have a saying in Glasgow, so sad, too bad, never mind.
Up to a point, I think it will be a very sad Scottish League if Celtic won it by 70 points every year, George, I'll be honest.
Well, Celtic might join the Premiership in those circumstances. But you'll have to forgive me as I've been listening to Rangers fans singing how they'd like to wade up to their knees in my blood over the last 50 years. So, ha-ha, Rangers, ha-ha-ha. But...
brilliant. Welcome back to Over and Over. Thanks for all your messages on Twitter. I've tried my best to at least reply to some of them and retweet some of them and give you some shout outs. Kieran as well, just the last one coming in. Great night, listening to OAO, can't beat a few beers and some tunes. Loads of people say it's a show of the season, best one yet. I think it is. I think it is the best one I've ever done, just because of the circumstances. But I've had a great laugh tonight. I'm not even had a drink. That's how good it's been. Davey, we've got you on. We're going to do one last song. I said I would do this for you because that's the kind of guy I am. The master of the unexpected gesture. We've got a couple of songs to go, but I'm going to put one of this on over to you, and you can introduce this one, and then we'll.
Cheers, mate. I would just like to say again, yeah, you're right, mate. It's just been what a fucking show, what a week. I cannot believe the timing. I was off work for a week this week. My birthday this week, my birthday yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday, Davey! You kept that quiet. 55.
You have to at my time, mate. You know what I mean? I'm 41 yesterday. However, it hasn't stopped me fucking having a good time. That, you know what I mean? Scott Drog, you fucking wank.
Baby the perv.
No. Anyway, mate, it's been a fucking amazing night. And I would just like to say, I know you got a song lined up, and the lad Jason that was on last week talked about the Spanish Civil War. One of my key instructions in 20th century history is indeed the Spanish Civil War. Also, allied to that is the role of women in history. And for instance, La Tres Rosas, 13 girls who lost their life after the Spanish Civil War. I would also like to pay tribute to all the women who have given their lives in the Irish Republican struggle, which is why I dedicate this next song to one of my, I don't see a lot of her, but one of my favourite people in the world, my friend Cleaner from Belfast. You've met her briefly, mate, and she's a terrific girl, and I dedicate this song to Cleaner, and it's Mairead Farrell.
Davey, fantastic stuff tonight. We'll no doubt speak over the weekend. Thanks. Go get pissed. Let's go and enjoy it. Come on.
Mate, exactly, mate.
Right,
Thank you.
We'll speak soon. No bother, Davey. Catch you later, Davey.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. Do not stand at my grave and cry when Ireland lives. I do not die. A woman's place is not at home. The fight for freedom, it still goes on. I took up my gun until freedom's day. I pledged to fight for the IRA. In Armagh jail, I served my time. Strip searches were a British crime. Degraded me, but they could not see I'd suffered this to see Ireland free. McCann and Savage were by my side. I heard the order so loud and shrill of Thatcher's voice, said shoot to kill. So do not stand at my grave and weep.
Welcome back to Over and Over. Fantastic stuff tonight. Thanks to everybody that's got in touch, everybody who chatted in the chat room, everybody who tweeted, everybody who sent an email, everybody who Skyped and all that sort of stuff. Fantastic stuff. We are live, remember, not next Friday, next Saturday night we will be live 7 till 10 after the Motherwell game. We'll get on it then and we'll look back. Because I'm not available on the Friday, but next Saturday, actually I'll get back to you, so I forgot about Beyond the Waves. We'll sort that out, don't worry. I'll get something sorted. We'll be live next week, don't worry. For everybody going to the game on Sunday, enjoy yourselves, stay safe and just party like you've never partied before. It's going to be amazing. Davey, thanks again, and Joe McHugh for coming on the show. What a show it's been. My favourite, probably the favourite show I've ever done. Just loved it tonight, and I can't believe I've not had a drink. Absolutely fantastic. Big shout out to Rebs FM, Rebs.fm, straight away, they're on now I think. Get listening into them after they keep you going throughout the night on a Friday. It's Finian Friday, guys. Chuck yalla, hail hail, the league is in the bag, and I'm going to play this Irish Soldier Larry, if you want to play this all night, and we're going to finish up with Lonesome Boatman. Hail hail, Chuck yalla, I'll speak to you all soon, stay safe.
Was the morning in July, I was walking to Tipperary, when I heard the battle cry from the mountains overhead. As they looked up to the sky, saw an Irish soldier laddie. He looked at me right fearlessly and said, I will stand in the band like a true Irishman, and go and fight the forces of the crown. I will march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield, for tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town. Said I, my soldier boy, won't you take me to your captain? It would be my pride and joy for to march with you today. For my brother fell to Cork, and my son then escort me unto the noble captain. I did say, I will stand in the band like a true Irishman, and go and fight the forces of the crown. I will march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield, for tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town. As we march back from the field in the shadow of the evening, with our banners flying low to the memory of the dead, we returned to our homes, but without our soldier laddie. And I never will forget these words he said. Will you stand in the band like a true Irishman, and go and fight the forces of the crown? Will you march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield, for tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town? 'Twas the morning in July, I was walking to Tipperary, when I heard the battle cry from the mountains overhead. As they looked up to the sky, saw an Irish soldier laddie. He looked at me right fearlessly and said, will you stand in the band like a true Irishman, and go and fight the forces of the crown? Will you march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield, for tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town? Will you stand in the band like a true Irishman, and go and fight the forces of the crown? Will you march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield, for tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town? For tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town.